Hello everyone, this is Chandra Sekhar Bijibilla from Coding Tutor. As part of React.js video series, one more application, arrays code operations, how to develop, we are going to see. Okay, so I'm going to give the steps. If you are going to following these steps, you can able to develop the applications very easy. What is the first step? First of all, I'm going to give the heading React.js plus arrays code operations. Code operations. This is the application. Okay. First step number one, create a React.js project. Okay. How to create in the command prompt level, npx space create react app name. I'm going to give here student array. So this is the command I'm already given. Why? Because project creation, it takes time. So that's the reason I'm going to the workspace and open the command prompt. Generally we are doing like that. But time saving purpose, I'm already open the command prompt and given the command. What is the command? npx create react-app space student array. This is the step number one. Step number two, switch to the project location. Project location. In the command prompt level, cd space student array. So this command I'm going to perform right now. See this one. Here command prompt level, cd space student array. Now step number three, open the project into VS Code. Why? Because we need to see folder structure, right? So that's the reason in the command prompt level, we can use code space dot and press enter. See this one in the command prompt level. I'm already switched to the project location, right? CD space student array already given. So that's the reason third step is code space dot and press enter. It is opening automatically your project to VS Code. So this is the third step. So now we need to focus fourth step. Step number four. Step number four. If anyone you want to see these kind of steps, please contact Coding Tutor. Okay. If you want to see this kind of way, any kind of project, if you want to get more experience, hands-on experience, if you want to step into the software industry, Coding Tutor is the right choice. Why? Because it is providing the internship. There is a trial period is also available. If you want to know much more details, please contact Coding Tutor. Okay. So step number four. What the step number four is? I need to see some bootstrap capabilities also. The reason install bootstrap into your project. Okay. So here student array command prompt level npm install bootstrap. So once it is installed, note, you need to remember, whenever it is installed, I'm going to perform this command also. npm install, I means install, you no need to type fully. npm space I space bootstrap and press enter. Automatically it is going to install. Whenever it is installed, you need to add the following import statement into index.js. So here import bootstrap slash distributor slash css slash bootstrap dot min dot css. This is the way we need to provide. Okay, I'm showing practically. Observe. This is the folder structure. Expand this src. Once it is installed, you need to go to the index.js. Here we need to attach the import statement. How to attach import? You need to provide bootstrap slash distributed slash css slash bootstrap dot min dot css. Once it is saved, close this one. Okay. Now, next step. Step number 5. Step number 5. Create component folder. Create components folder within src and create student component. Okay, so that is the reason I need to go to my src folder. Within that I need to create a folder. What is the folder name? Components. Why I am creating this folder? To organizing the components in the project. We are separated components, services, pages, like that we are going to create it. Right now we are going to focus in components only. So that's the reason we are created components folder. Within that, I need to create a student component. How to create? Student.js. Right? So once it is done, we are already installed ES7 kind of plugin extension, right? So if anyone is not aware, please watch the previous videos. You can get the more clarity. Whenever you are installed ES7 extension, you don't need to type each and every line. There is a shortcuts are available. What kind of shortcuts we are using previously? RAFCE and press enter. So whenever you are going to press enter, automatically array type of function structure we are getting. This is the advantage. Okay. So once you are getting this one, here I am going to define some kind of state values. I'm going to define what kind of things: SID, comma, set SID or student ID, and you need to provide here use state empty. I'm going to provide it. So next I'm going to providing constant here name, comma, set name, and you need to specify use state. So after that, I'm going to define here constant course, comma, set course. So this is the way we are going to define some kind of state values. Why? Because I need to maintain the student ID, student name, and student course information. So that is the purpose I am defining these statements. Okay, we know already how to define the state in the functional component. If you are not at all watch those kind of videos, please go back and see the React.js coding tutor video series one by one. Then you can able to understand very easy. Okay, so these things I'm going to maintain. That is the purpose. Even we are going to say is edit kind of one variable, is edit kind of variable also we are going to define. How to define? Constant, we are going to define is edit, comma, set is edit. Initially I'm going to define false. What is the purpose of defining this one? I'm using the same form. Once you are going to enter the form level data, whenever you are going to click the save, it is attached into the array. Okay, that array, whenever it is rendered, if I'm going to click update button, that row information again I need to bring it to the form, same form. So that is the reason whenever I'm getting the form fields, instead of going to show the save button, I need to show update. So based on this property, based on this is edit, I am showing same button label is save and as well as update. Whenever you are going to click the row level update, it is showing the update. If you are not enter new record you are going to enter, then it is showing the same. That is the purpose. So these fields information where I need to kept. I need to keep all this kind of information here array level. Why? Because we are not using any database. Here data storing where array level. That is the reason we are going to define another kind of one constant students we are going to define. Constant we are going to define here students. Okay, so this is the way we are going to define. We can use some other kind of things the later. First we need to follow up to this. Right, once you are defined this one, the student level, I need to define form. One side is create a form, another side is list of students. Side by side I want to see. So that there is some bootstrap designing also I'm going to showing here. Before we go to the actual kind of logic, design user interface you can focus. Okay, here div class name equal to, I'm going to using here container. Okay, I'm using here container. So close this one. So this is the way class name is, I'm going to provide a container. So this is the way we are going to define. Within that, I need to define one more div. This div is row. Why? Because this entire container level, I want to see one division is student creation, one division is student list. Okay, these two divisions I want to show in the one single row. That's the reason class name equal to row. After that, we are going to define here one more div. This div level I am going to define class name equal to cod header. Cod header we are going to define. Within that cod header level, I am going to define some h1 tag, that is nothing but a create student. This is the way we are going to provide the one division level heading. After displaying the heading, I need to create a one more division. Within this division, I need to display the form. So that is in class name equal to cod body. Within the body level, I need to define the form. I need to define the form. That form level, we need to show enter student ID, enter student name, enter student course, and save button I want to see. That's the reason we need to define here form groups. Okay, class name form group. Here input type is test. Placeholder is enter student ID. If you want to provide label, yes, you can able to provide the label also. How to provide label student ID. So this is the way we are going to define whatever the value we are going to specify here, state level, that one we are going to define. If I want to change this value by using set the student ID, set the SID we are using and change the state value. That is the purpose we are going to define here. On change we are using e arrow type of function set SID. Within that e dot target dot value, whatever the input box level you are entered, that value it is attached into this particular state. So that means here SID value, whatever you are enter, you can get that one. That is the purpose we are going to define. Like that, we need to provide all the fields, right? So student ID is done. I'm going to add in here also label student name. Okay. Next one is here, instead of going to see input box course, I want to see drop box. Whatever the coding tutor is providing the courses, I want to show that one. So that is the purpose what I need to do. I don't want this input type. Here I need to provide a label course or courses. Okay. We need to provide here a label courses. Here we need to provide label courses. Okay. Here we need to provide yes. One second. Yes. Now we need to use here select tag instead of using what? Select tag I'm using. So select tag level, we need to provide different kind of options. Select tag is not closed, that's the reason it is showing the red mark. Here select course option is I'm going to display. After that I'm going to providing first one is instead of MCA here I'm going to providing what? Java. Okay, so Java full stack. I'm going to providing Java full stack. And next option is I need to provide here Marin stack. Here we need to provide Marin stack, and we need to provide here. We are not providing mean stack. We are going to providing here .NET. So .NET full stack. .NET full stack. After that, we are going to providing Python full stack. Python full stack. Next, we are going to providing DevOps, right? So option we are going to providing DevOps. After that, we are going to using here select close. So Alt Shift F whenever I'm going to provide the indentation, it is going to get here. Input tag is properly closed or not, we need to check. That's the reason it is showing here. Label is what? Label is missing. Here I'm going to providing a label student name. Okay. So then everything fine. Alt Shift F indentation purpose we are going to define. This is the way we are getting the student form. Okay, I'm going to providing here after this drop box is edit. If it is a true, I'm going to showing update. Otherwise, it is showing add student kind of way. So form is ready. Now we need to provide one more division. After that, we are going to focusing logic part, coding part. Totally, I'm going to focusing right now. So here they are designing the only creation part. Okay, here this is one division. So here div tag is also we need to mention div. That div inside I need to define what class name is card. So closing tag is after the this is the header, after body we need to close. So where it is closing after this one, right? So we need to close one more thing. So then all the 50 of indentation is perfect. So up to this, if you want to check, okay, if you want to check, you need to call this one into the root component. What is the root component? App.js logo is not required. Remove, and header part also I'm going to remove this one. Remove. Within that, I need to call here student component. Okay, save it, and you can run this one. npm start. So I'm focusing only designing part first. Okay, so we are not at all added any kind of saving or update kind of functionality. Just we are going to focusing designing part. So once it is done, server is once it is started, automatically browser level you can able to see the student component. So meanwhile, one more thing is also you need to understand here. I want to see side by side, right? So that reason this card is I want to occupy bootstrap level. We are going to divide columns, 12 columns, right? I want to see this one into the 4 columns. And remaining 8 columns is I want to display the list. So that reason I'm going to using here MB hyphen I'm going to give 4. So that means This card is entire screen level. 4 columns it is going to occupy. Remaining 8 columns is list it is going to display. That is the purpose I am going to define like this. Okay. So next we need to focus. Once it is compile and running this one, we can able to see automatically in the browser level app.js. That app.js level student component we are already called, right? So that information it is going to display. Meanwhile, I'm going to designing list also. Okay, so this card once it is closed, this is the card is closed. After this, I need to define one more div. Here, this is another kind of card. So class name, I need to define the card. Within that, mb-8. So this is the way we're going to using. Next, within that, I need to define here. Yes, div. This div is, I need to define here card header, class name, card header we are going to define. That heading is h1 tag I'm using student list. After this, I need to define another kind of div. Within that, class name equal to card body. Within the body level, I need to render array elements. Okay, so that is the purpose. What is required? Table is required. So I'm going to using the table. This table bootstrap class also I'm going to define class name equal to table space table hyphen stripped. I'm using table hyphen stripped. What is the purpose of table hyphen stripped? One line is background is there, one line is not showing any kind of background, right? So that is the way we are going to get. In the backend level server is it is going to starting, that the reason browser is automatically it is open. Okay, once the server is perfectly it is running, you can able to see here. Okay, meanwhile I'm going to providing here table header part. Here we are going to using t header, we are going to define within that table heading level tr I'm going to providing. We need to provide student ID, student name and course, and we need to provide the actions. So this is the table header part. Next, what is required? Table body. We need to provide table body. Within the table body level, I need to use flower bracket. Within that, we need to use array students dot map. Within that, student we need to get, and index value also we need to get, right? So after that, we need to return table row. So here we need to provide after that, we need to use table row. We are going to provide the tr and index value we are going to specify. So this is the way we are going to providing index value. Why? Because each and every row recognizing based on index value. That is the purpose we are going to define like this. So up to this is edit and delete buttons we are going to provide it here. So here tr is opening and this is closing tag, right? So after the closing, we need to give proper kind of closing. That's the reason it is showing the red mark. We can see here tr is we need to close properly, then it is going to clear the red marks. Okay, and this is what here is opening and here is closing. Okay, and this is opening and this is the closing tag, right? Within the this is not at all closing part here. So closing part is after the tr only we need to provide the closing, so then it is going to clear the red marks properly. So alt shift f and done. Now we can check. So server is running fine, and go to the browser. See, this is the way you are going to get, right? But I want to see bootstrap, right? Here is create student one side, and we need to see the list is another kind of side. So that kind of functionality is required, right? So here is what it is missing. We need to check here. Card we are going to define Alt Shift F. Okay. Here you open this one. This is the row. This is a card. Okay. This card is it is going to start it here and it is going to close the div. Okay. Another kind of card it is showing here. It is started and it is going to close in this one. Okay. So here we need to give the bootstrap. I'm going to providing MB-4. I'm going to provide it, and we are going to using here what MB-. So what kind of one you need to give here? That is also very important. Okay. So here medium size or small size. What kind of screen we are using based on that we need to define here. Okay. So give me 1 second. I will show that one where it is sizes are available and all. So I want to see side by side. So here left side and right side I want to see, right? So the reason left side purpose we need to add one more div column MD6 we are going to define and another kind of column. That means I'm going to divide into two columns. One is 6, another one is another kind of 6, total 12. Maybe if I want to increase this one, I'm going to make it is here 4, 4, and here is I need to change to 8. So 12 columns it is going to cover, right? So whenever I'm going to give like this, go to here, you can able to see like this. Okay, perfect. Now I need to provide the save functionality. Why? Because I want to provide whenever I'm going to enter the data I need to save, right? So that is the purpose what I need to do now. I need to give here on click event on click I need to provide what save student. Okay, so save student 1 I need to provide this one. So this is the kind of way on click event I need to provide. So this is I'm not at all provided. This is the function I need to provide here. So how to provide this one? Constants, even current index also you can provide. Index is also very important. So that is the purpose of this one. And after that we need to provide constant and save student within the save student level. We are going to passing e dot prevent default. Why? Because automatically I don't want to refresh this one. So whatever the fields we are going to filling, based on that I'm creating the new student object. This new student object I need to set into the array. That's the reason set students the operator kind of way we are going to provide it here, and we are going to pass in here what new student. So that is the kind of way we need to provide the functionality. Okay, once it is attached into the array, we need to clear that fields. That's the reason I'm using set SID empty, set name empty, set course is empty. I'm going to define. Okay, so this is the way we are going to provide it. This is a save functionality. And one more thing is here, once it is going to render, we can see here buttons, right? We are not providing any kind of action, these kind of buttons. So I'm going to checking whether it is working fine or not up to this. Okay, here we need to provide the one, and I need to provide here Chandra, and I need to select course is Marin stack and click add. So we are going to get like this. Okay, we need to add some kind of CSS. We can able to add some kind of CSS. In the next video we are going to see edit and delete kind of functionalities. Okay, so only next video same application level, edit and delete we are going to focus. Okay, see you. Thank you.